to the roster outside of the top lane, as of course a bit of a switcheroo with FPX as Noguri went over to China and Khan came back to Korea. So he's going to be trained. They're just using a lot of others as well. This squad is just massive. As you can see them, is the confirmation. Of course, you guys all knew it already. Faker back in the mid lane. Gumayusi and Keria on the bottom side of the map. They performed very well in their first series. With Kana and Elim on the top side, Kana going to make their top side very, very strong. That 2v2 could be dangerous.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you know, the big ban was, I feel like, actually in favor of T1. You know, at the end, it's
Faker on the roster.
Yeah, it's very comfortable too, as Elim is sprinting to the top lane.
Yeah, Khan trying to escape here. Bowling ball going to miss. As Khan just going to ulti out of the way. Thankfully, did manage to get to level 6. Kana, of course, level 7. So a few of these minions, and then Khan will be alongside him. But no ulti, so no aggression here for Damwon on the top side. As ShowMaker trading very nicely here with Faker. Goes back to the Unbound Soul in the end.
Yeah, so, you know, pretty standard, straightforward comp from T1, but I feel like it's a very comfortable composition. It's stuff, obviously, for Faker is most played on the Azir. And here we go.
Yeah, it's a big flash in from Kana as Canyon's trying to dive out of the way, but no, first blood going over to T1.
Oh, they're looking
and a
for
teleport to dive in towards the top lane. Faker does get there first. ShowMaker going to show up as well. They're not able to take down the bit.
You know, fight up against that. They've cleared a bunch of those wards that were around their jungle. But still, river control going the way of T1. The top lane, pretty even at the end of the day. Just, you know, Bramble Vast, we got Executioner's Calling. A bunch of armor going to be stacked here. As here we go again.
Yeah. Ulti comes in. That's a dead Faker. So easy for ShowMaker and Canyon to lock that one down. Not a lot that Faker could do about it. Didn't even have time to flash. Is getting taken down very, very low. Teleports coming through for everyone. Elim locks down the dragon. That's their second. Headbutt pole bomb to only one, but Elim's taking so much damage. Goes into the stopwatch, and Khan is just eradicated so early. Unfortunately, Faker doesn't find too much with the ultimate, but Gumayushi's there with the quadra kill. Make it a penta in the first team fight of the game.
Oh man, Gumayusi just popping off. He's got people running at him from all different directions, and he just shuts them down one by one. A massive victory in the team fight there, going the way of T1. And man, I can't wait to see that one again. Elim popping up in his chair right there, as he is super excited, as he should be. You see that Dom and Kia are like, okay, we gotta fight this, we gotta get in there. Smite win starts to Elim. More victories for him in the jungle matchup. Khan gets way too ahead of his team, and then Dom and Kia say, we gotta commit anyway, but they're so far behind in this fight that it doesn't matter. It turns into a slaughter fest, a meat grinder here for the Aphelios, who is protected the entire way and is just able to essentially stand there like a turret and take down every single player as they all go crazy.
Yeah, they all lose their minds, and Faker's just chilling in the middle there. Didn't go so well last time, but ShowMaker off on the flank. Beryl looking to try and get into position, as there's the Emperor's Divide very early in the fight this time around from Faker. Using it defensively. Half the health bar now on the dragon as Elim going down relatively low. ShowMaker, they're trying to turn on him. Flash forward from Kana, and he gets taken down so low. Ulti to try and get out, but he's not going to be able to, as Damwon just sneak away the dragon. But it's not exactly the biggest prize, and they have to try and get out. They're trying to get pincered out though here from T1 as Kana slice dice, trying to get on in there. Stuns up the volley bear, who ults himself to relative safety. Ghost trying to get some damage down, but not going to get slept this time around. And T1, yeah, right over to the Baron. With ShowMaker dead for another 15 seconds, they may just be able to take this, as Beryl, he's well and truly away from the paddock now. But he will be able to get at least to the remnants of a turret, as now Kana will be found by Khan. The rest of T1 in position to teamfight again.
Yeah, you could see they were thinking about the Baron.
The Rift Scuttler, and things are still very dark in the river.
Yeah, you know, Elim has been such a huge factor in this win so far, and it's been really nice to see, even going over there and scouting the Volibear out. Now we might have some action as the box is down. They're trying to burst down the Baron.
Yeah, it's going down extraordinarily quickly. ShowMaker just clearing out of control. What it looks like Damwon don't even want to fight for this one as Canyon couldn't get himself into smite position. Khan gets played back, and there's the pickup. The Samira unable to do anything as ShowMaker decides that he needs to try and start a fight, and Gumayusi flashes away from Beryl. He'll just solo out the cow, and now they're looking for more. Carrier, flash, flay. Faker looking for some damage, but not quite able to get their Carrier. He can get over, and he's got a lantern for Faker to follow. The kitty cat can't escape the pigeon. Some revenge for the birds as Faker is able to take him down. And now Damwon look completely lost.
Yeah, they look absolutely stomped in this game so far. If I'm being completely honest, T1 have put on such an immaculate show of League of Legends here in this game number 1. Everything has been perfect to a T. And now they're looking for more. They want to take down these 2 inhibitors and go on from there. 29 minutes into the game, they've already hit their power spikes, and they are just dominating Damwon Kia here tonight.
It's been so long since Damwon has lost anything, right? They were so dominant. They lost, what, 1 game in a best of 5 in the Kesper Cup? This must be a very sobering experience for all of the players, as Damwon Kia now having to deal with a shambles of a base. It's turning into rubble before their eyes. But let's have a look at this fight once again.
Yeah, it's pretty much just Damwon Kia scrambling. They're like, can we really contest the Baron? Ooh, I'm not sure. And you see Beryl just gets flashed away from easily. He's just burned through Unbreakable Will. Doesn't do anything to that 6-0 Gumayusi as Faker finds the lantern, gets over and gets the kill. But
he's gonna have a lot of friends here soon. Sorry, Khan. As of course, Kana has the friends delivered to help him out, and this is a very, very scared Volibear. Yeah, it's anarchy over here.
Season.
Indeed. And now the bottom lane is going to be the last port of call. Of course, T1, they do like their textbook plays as Damwon are looking to try and trade, but it's never going to be a good one.
Guys, your base?
Yeah, not a lot of minions in this base right now, but T1 do have a conga line moving forward. And the Baron buff is still there for another 10 seconds. Is this game just going to last another 10 seconds as Damwon Kia do make it back? They've pushed out these waves pretty successfully, but you can see T1 just trying to brute force it. Ghost is going to eat that Moonlight Vigil. That may help them. There's now Elam off to the side. Now the Flash Headbutt Pulverize does come in. ShowMaker not able to quite create enough distance with the ultimate, though, as Ghost hasn't got into the fight yet. And unfortunately, T1's wallets are way too heavy. The second Nexus turret will go down, and the Nexus will indeed follow. Damwon Kia put back in their place after being right on top of the mountain for so long, and now they're going to have to reclimb it once more.
Unbelievable first game here. Damwon Kia coming in as the favorites. They get smacked down by T1. Faker comes back into the lineup and he rallies the troops. You know, we've got a relatively young roster here on the side of T1, and everybody was like, oh, you know, like, why are they playing some of their subs, their non-main roster? Maybe this is the main roster now to go along with their team fight-oriented
And Barrage, remember, as the Redemption does go off, giving them all the information. There's Carrier going through. The Gnar ult into the wall is only going to land onto Canyon as, oh, collateral damage is massive. Ghost dives into the backline. The Gnar is going to die first, but it's a double kill for Khan. This is a disaster, but the other side as Damwon Kia get a 3-for-1.
That was pretty massive. Beryl ending up getting the engage we were looking for in game number 1. He shows us why his Alistar cannot be underestimated, and T1 don't even get the objective here, so a massive swing gonna go in favor of Damwon Kia. A fantastic engage. It was kind of funny to watch Ghost get into the backline, and then he's like, wait, I'm here over the wall by myself alone. Yeah, you know, if the fight did not, because Carrier moves forward and kind of forces this engage, it's kind of half, you know, half in, half out. It's not really fully engaged upon there from T1, and then they just get flashed on by the Alistar, and there wasn't much escape. Ghost, very sad up against the wall there. His flash was about 20 seconds away from getting off a cooldown, from what I remember. We stopped the Rift Herald push. Yes, we lose our mid turret, but it had about 200 health. Anyway, Faker's in an awesome spot here.
Yeah, Ghost just going to get Emperor's Divided. Has to flash to get himself out. Carrier Looks a little bit silly as he jumps down on top of nothing, but Faker sending a message that is well heard by Ghost, having to flash away.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, this is why I don't want you to count out T1 if you're a guy in the chat and you're like, oh, Dom1 have got this. Because they certainly do have a couple of carries, and they're really feeling it today. You can tell. Even Faker looked good in game 1, even though he did get ganked that one time. Still looks on point. And as a team, I think that T1 are really rolling pretty well right now. So, got to give them credit. They still have a couple of Fed carries, and we'll take another look at this.
Just stands there. I mean, I think that was also auto attack range, so maybe it's just that.
Monka W.
Things as Beryl says, well, this is not actually where I want to be. And Canyon loses half of his health bar from one Q out of Faker. Khan now fighting up against Canna. Meganar is going to come in, and the shield bow. Can it actually turn this? The shield was so valuable, and Canna, unfortunately, just not able to do enough damage. A bit of a silly idea, but he was closer than I think a lot would have expected.
Yeah, I think you're right. A bit of a silly idea. We'll have to see how that started. You know, did Khan wait in the brush and maybe bait Kana into a fight or catch him by surprise? Because, again, I said Kana is okay to sit and accept wait, you know? I think they need some more time. I don't think going for these Barons is a good idea, even though they have so much Baron damage. Oh, ShowMaker!
What? Silencing the haters here this game. As Faker just does a few fancy moves, flashes his way out. He will survive, but the rest of his team won't be so lucky.
Oh, man. We're going to have to look at the replay on that one. ShowMaker just... Oh, that is massive. He steals it right from underneath T1. And off of the Baron, so he blew his ultimate before the fight even started. So there were so many things, and I think the communication, the call should have been, okay, you know, we lost the Baron or we got the Baron, let's back away. But instead it was, you know...
1,000 gold lead. And Khan doesn't have to be there to be threatening. He's now just going to await the Cloud Soul as Cannon Barrage will come down and deal with this minion wave. Two-man pulverize is good. Faker has to go golden to keep himself okay, but he's not. ShowMaker going to finish off the kill. The Dragon going to fall down in the meantime. The headbutt goes over. Canna gets a Gnar off, but it's not exactly what they want. But the cow will still fall. Samira going to try and lock down that kill, but it's not before Ghost can get a Q off and take him down. As now Canyon trying to keep them in his jungle. ShowMaker picking them off like fish in a barrel. And now Khan finally gets himself in here. LM desperately trying to get away, but of course, ShowMaker lands a blind bubble and then pops him with the paddle star. All too easy as Khan, okay, going for a little bit of a 1v1, but instead he's going to invite his friends. Doesn't want to take the risk, as that's going to be the ace. And I have a feeling we're going to go straight to that game number 3.
I think we're looking at it. It's pretty insane lead now to the side of Dom1 Kia. 11,000 gold in the lead. I kind of like the idea, you know, T1, they took their chance. They didn't just sit here and bleed out. Now, they could have defended pretty well with the Azir, but instead they get aggressive. It's fantastic engage from Beryl, catches the two of them. Faker with no flash at this point. I don't think he should have been up that far. He gets caught out. This ult from Kana a little bit early. You could see that even after that, they have so much damage, but the fact that Gumayusi eventually dies to Ghost means that they lose a lot of that damage, and eventually they do all just get hunted down. So it was pretty cute. I like the skirmish.
And it is really difficult to deal with. There's the Justice Punch to avoid dying as Khan has to flash. And then the follow from Faker, but Khan,
they get him.
Still alive. The shield bow did a lot of work. Some low health bars as in dives Ghost. Now flashing away. They're trying to play the smoke and mirrors as Faker falls towards the top side to another paddle star. Carrier might just need to try and get out of this one as Canyon is going to wipe the floor with him. And unfortunately for T1, Dom1's wallets are too heavy and they're going to be able to take them down. Another ace. And another trip down the mid lane, this time to try and finish the game.
We're going to a game number 3. That's what happens after that teamfight victory. They get the gangplank, but they lose everything else. As at this point, like I said, everything else on the side of Dom1 Kia just came online just on time to give them the victory in this one.
Yep, that is Khan's first death. He will remain in the death chamber as this Nexus is going to fall down, and Dom1 Kia, our world champions, will answer back after a disappointing Game 1 with a Game 2 victory. That is the Dom1 I think everyone was expecting to see show up And it was off the back of Khan and a fantastic gangplank performance. That last pick really paying off.
Yeah, you know, you had total faith in it right from the get-go. You were calling for the gangplank. You're like, so could consider the Camille. Maybe the Renekton's still on the mind. What is going to be the lock-in here for Kana? Creating a potential kill for the Rift Herald here by going for this play.
Well, we'll see whether they can do this cleanly as Ghost, Killer Instinct looking for a way out as Carrier tanking the turret for as long as he can. The flash after. Good sidestep from the Q, but the auto is going to be there, and Ellen's going to make his way down first. Gumayusi getting first blood is terrifying if you're a Damwon Kia fan, and they're going to get 2 turret plates on top. That's both of these top laners with their teleports available. Faker down to half health, but the fight breaks out on the bottom side. Killer Instinct from Ghost is good as Beryl tanking for a very long time. Flashes, Dredgeline's going to miss as now Khan. Can he actually get the Gnar ultimate that we've been looking for? Oh my goodness, Kana just pops. And there's the flash, the double stun into the wall. The wallop's fantastic as well as Gnar's going to try and walk his way out. But Gumayusi, the gigantic AoE damage, and he tidies it up. As Canyon and ShowMaker just have to run away. They thought that it was going to work, but then it didn't.
Gumayusi's teamfight presence in so many of these fights when he's playing the Samira is fantastic. He knows that he has an opportunity with the...
Oh, man. It's just brutal. Valdez, unfortunately, you know, Beryl did the right thing, right? He kept them all clumped up. They knew that Gnar had a decent Gnar bar. And you can see the value that Gnar does provide, right? Gets a double stun and gets the wallop down. But then, Gumayusi's counting abilities, man. He's getting that S rank. And there's nothing that they can do at the end. The resets are just too much. I mean...
Ooh, look at
all right, well, Kana going to be fighting against Khan right here. Tries to stride breaker out, but it's just going to be denied. And this is part of the problem as Khan's going to flash, tries to go towards Canyon. This might be a 1-for-1 as Kana doesn't have a lot of buttons, and by might, I mean it definitely is. But the Gnar are in a decent position right now. As there's the flash forward. Carrier wants to start this one off himself as Ghost is going to take him down. It's not what they want as Khan gets an R into the wall, but no, Kana denies it with the Hextech ultimatum. That's a single person Emperor's Divide, but now the Samira's getting the resets one after the other. And ShowMaker, that portal is not one you wanted to take. It's a quadra kill for Gumayusi as what is it with this man and sub 20-minute aces on these 80 carries? It's ridiculous. First one's Aphelios, second one's Samira. He's a god.
He's legendary. He's 8-0-2 now after that game, after that fight rather. But man, he had a great end to the fight, but guess who had basically the perfect beginning? It wasn't Carrier. Don't look at him. Look at Kana. Gets into the back line. Perfect hook shot onto the front line. Dodges the Gnar ultimate with his own. I mean, the timing is literally perfect. Kana putting on a masterclass of Camille in this game to set up so
fine, and he is. It's T1. I mean, they can do that over and over again, right?
They can, and you can see that they're just fighting over taking down all of the vision. They want to give this money over to Ellen as he's hitting the Baron for some reason.
Dredgeline, Ellen in trouble here as Killer Instinct comes down, crash down just to try and keep Ghost still, and he is going to be able to do so here as goes Golden, does the rel, but she's still going to fall. ShowMaker just pops over and collects that one. Gumayusi, it's now up to you as Faker gets in, but only lands it onto one. The summoner spells are good. Gumayusi has fallen down in the fight, and now it's Ghost's turn to try and pop off as Kana, the last man standing. A disaster for T1, but maybe a Baron for Damwon Kia.
Just totally caught with their pants down in the middle of the river. They get caught out, and now Damwon Kia can just come in here, take the Baron, and this game is not over as maybe getting, I'm not sure what they were doing there, but Ellen is crucial moments. Okay, this is the moment. Kanan's taken a bunch of damage actually from the minions. He's got to be ready to get into a fight right now. They don't have many flank teleport wards for Kana to get in here. And huge damage already.
Gumayusi taking so much damage. This is a huge problem. This could be the go signal for Damwon Kia, but T1 intelligently just going to back away. Gumayusi so much lifesteal, as you can see.
I'm gonna have to be
with
careful.
the minion wave at the ready, but Elder Drake. This is going to be the team fight. Teleport in from Kana, but it's a very subdued one. Beryl flanking position. Elder Drake He's into massive knockups from the dredge line and the death charge. Canna finds the backline though. Ghost is pretty safe right now as Khan is stunned up. Tries to get out of there and does do so successfully as Faker takes down the Nautilus. And everyone on T1 is alive until Canna finally falls down. Khan will fall as well as Faker goes golden. Ghost in position to pick up the Azir, and that's another one for ShowMaker. And this is time for Zoe to shine when it's all catastrophe. But Gumayusi, full health. Elam at half. Still a win for Damwon Kia, but it's not the last nail.
This game is insane. You know, I was saying they have to be careful because I thought that T1 could just move up to the Baron and take that, but they did not want to give up the Eldritch. And now Gumayusi going in.
Canyon, what were you doing there, my friend? Unfortunately, they didn't have the vision, and now it's a 2 versus 2. Gumayusi, he just didn't take damage there from ShowMaker, who's still so aggressive. Portal jumping over the walls. Ghost is here. He does a lot of damage as well as ShowMaker just pops the Lilia. Good night. That's what happens when you call down the dragon. Yes.
Nice. Great kill there at the end. The burn and the eventual execute from the Elder. But again, you know, there's very long death timers here, and the jungler is down. So I think that Damwon Kia can just teleport onto the Baron and take this here. So that's really going to be the big objective. So I thought that T1 could just go up to the Baron and trade, but they wanted to fight this 5v5. So they go in, a huge Gnar ultimate in the background. Gigantic from Khan to delay so much of the huge damage that T1 have from their carries. Faker did so much work in this fight. He takes out the Nautilus, flashes onto the Gnar and takes him out. Even buys some time for his teammates to get some room here and consider whether or not they want to continue on the fight. So did the best job he possibly could. Gumayusi, great kill there, and then he's like, okay, let me walk in the mid lane. That was very risky, and then LM moves forward, which I think was a pretty unfortunate decision because you're the jungler. Even though as the Lily, you might feel like, oh, okay, I'm not, you know, not doing too much at this point. Gotta be careful. They still need your smite.
And speaking of smites, one was used on the Baron as Damwon Kia have their second one of the game. Now it's finally looking like a real gold advantage as Faker almost just pops. Oh my god.
Man.
ShowMaker is a sniper right now. It's terrifying. If he lands anything, it's just destruction. And that is going to spell all that Damwon Kia needed to head into the T1 base, take down the mid inhibitor. Top inhibitor also exposed. But still, I mean, with Gumayusi alive, it's still a terrifying prospect to just walk into T1.
Yeah, the team fight is still huge for T1. Kana seeing if he can extend and maybe catch someone out on the transition that they're going up to the top side, but I think this should be a pretty clean, you know, 5v5 Baron push, taking out 2 inhibitors. ShowMaker is just smurfing right now, making it so difficult for T1 to get anywhere near, and making T1 play so defensively here on this push.
Yep, continuing to go in. Another depth charge comes down as Canna's very, very low. The Samira is just singled out and obliterated. Damwon Kia, these are your world champions as Faker comes through trying to answer back. Mops the floor with ShowMaker, but Ghost is just too strong. With Gumayusi off the rift, he is the king, and the Nexus turrets will now fall. Damwon Kia, not to be upset now, but they were shaken after game 1 and really had to work for it.
Wow, so they finally get it done there right at the last second. What a comeback here from the side of Damwon Kia. They catch them out, huge hugs coming around as Khan goes crazy after that win. He, you know, we were talking about it from the beginning. He said, or we said rather, that he could maybe make us a believer in the Gnar, and he certainly did tonight. Man, what a fantastic game from him.